Next on the news, putting a turkey on the table this Thursday has been getting harder and harder for families across the country. But now even nonprofits are feeling the strain.
Every year, people line up outside this Brooklyn food pantry to get a turkey for Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, this year, there aren't as many to give out. I'm Katie Vasquez, and I'll have that story coming up.
Looking ahead to Christmas, the Vatican is getting their decorations up. See the setup of the iconic tree. Plus,
when you see the Pope in St. Peter's Square, there's about 6 to 12 men in their suits, and those are the Swiss Guards.
A new movie coming out soon gives an inside look at the men charged with protecting the Pope. A sneak peek of the film about the Swiss Guard. I'm Christine Persichetti. Currents News starts right now. Tis the season of giving, but giving is getting harder to do for food pantries. Reaching Out Community Services says they've been struggling to stay open after their funding was cut, but they won't let their holiday hardship impact the number of families they help this Thanksgiving. Currents News' Katie Vasquez has the story from Bensonhurst.
It's an annual tradition for Reaching Out Community Services, offering the Thanksgiving bird and all the fixings to needy families. People lined up outside the new location on 18th Avenue hours before the event started, hoping to get a feast for their family. One that those like single mom Ophelia Amarova know they couldn't afford otherwise.
If I would go to the store right now, it would be more than $100 easy.
But the Brooklynite was worried when she heard the nonprofit was struggling to keep its doors open.
How are we going to have, the staples? Thank you. You're welcome.
Due to a lack of funding, Reaching Out Community Services had to reduce staff and the amount of families they help every year. It also impacted this year's Operation Gobbler Giving.
We usually have 800 families, maybe about 300 families we'll take care of.
Founder Thomas Neve says 2024 has been especially difficult.
I never seen it like this before. People are really going through a hard time. I know everybody wants out there, but I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in those who need.
Those waiting in line who have so little say they appreciate the help Reaching Out can give so much.
It's sad because they're good people and they've always been helping people for a lot of years.
There's a lot of homeless people, a lot of people in need. A lot of places are closing down.
The nonprofit is taking it day by day.
I'm going to just walk by faith because right now I have no idea.
Thank you.
Knowing that every holiday meal they provide brings people closer to the true spirit of the season.
This is the highlight of our Thanksgiving because, my daughter is expecting a nice turkey for us to make, and we make memories.
In Bensonhurst, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
A Queens parish giving thanks ahead of Thanksgiving because of a charity's generosity. Our Lady of Sorrows in Corona gave out turkeys to hundreds of parishioners in need on Monday with help from Catholic Charities Brooklyn and Queens. The nonprofit distributed more than 4,000 birds to 35 parishes across the Diocese of Brooklyn to give to those in need this holiday season. At Our Lady of Sorrows, the excitement over the turkey distribution started early with people lining up the day before to get their birds. As Black Catholic History Month comes to a close this week, one parish held a massive celebration to mark the month, highlighting faith and culture. The Sunday Mass at St. Bonaventure, St. Benedict the Moor Parish in Jamaica, Queens, included praise dancing, spirited music complemented by African drums, and passion-filled singing from its congregation. University of Maryland lecturer Father George Kintiba led the celebration and reminded parishioners to always come to the house of worship, even in the face of racism. St. Therese of Lisieux Church in Brooklyn also marking Black Catholic History Month this weekend. Following their Saturday evening Mass, the congregation held a celebration in the church's auditorium where parishioners gave presentations on the contributions of Black Catholics to the Mother Church. They took a closer look at 7 men and women poised to become the church's first African-American saint. The celebration also included games like Black Catholic Trivial Pursuit. A Catholic school in Arizona is getting an assist from an unlikely source. Seton Catholic Prep going high-tech for its game day preparations. Currents News' Jenna McDermott gives us the details.
There's a worker over at Seton Catholic Prep that's far from rusty.
It's just a cool wow factor. It does a lot of great things for us.
It's a robot, and Wally has nothing on this thing. It's able to paint the lines for sports fields in a fraction of the time people can. According to the athletic director, Jim Shoebridge, it's coming in handy, especially during a time when finances are on the mind of everyone.
As a private school, we'd still try to save money here and there, just like public schools do, and time.
Before, the school would have to hire a company to paint, but with different sports needing their own lines, the cost was adding up.
And the cost saves about 75% of what we usually pay from an outside company coming in and doing it for us.
All you need to do is draw the fields on a digital map as shown here on this iPad, and GPS technology handles the rest. It can also do more than paint boundary lines.
We got senior numbers on the side for senior night. We got the logo for the school in the middle there.
This machine is from Tiny Mobile Robots. Blake Anderson with the company says it can paint a soccer field in less than half an hour and just a couple hours for a football field. Both, according to Shoebridge, could have taken an entire day or longer before.
Yeah, it's a convenience thing. It also saves people money. So typically you save about 30 to 50% on paint, and then you're saving a bunch of money on labor.
That was Jenna McDermott reporting. The cost of this painter on wheels isn't cheap. It ranges around 20 to 30 grand. But company officials say the long-term savings is what's attracting places around the country to employ the painting robots. Turning now to an assist at St. Peter's, the hosts of last year's World Youth Day, helping kick off the 2027 celebration. A Portuguese youth group passed along the World Youth Day cross to a South Korean youth group on Sunday, a customary tradition where the previous hosts of the global event hand off relics to the next country. That cross was first entrusted to the youth by St. John Paul II in 1984. The next Global World Youth Day will happen in Seoul in 2027. Thanks to the Vatican's latest Jubilee initiative, you can soon make a pilgrimage to St. Peter's from the comfort of your own home. The Holy See is setting up new live webcams next Monday, December 2nd. The first allowing you to pray virtually from the tomb of St. Peter, and the second showing a view of the Vatican's Holy Door. The Holy See also announced for the Jubilee a new monthly magazine that you can get by mail. One of its biggest features includes a section where Pope Francis himself responds to readers' letters. If you were passing through St. Peter's Square right now, you'd probably notice that it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas at the Vatican. The Holy See set up its 95-foot Christmas tree last Thursday. The Norway Spruce hails from northern Italy and is scheduled to be lit on December 7th. The tree, along with the nativity scene, will remain on display through January 12th, the feast of the baptism of the Lord. Finally tonight, an inside look at those charged with protecting the Pope. A new documentary called Honor in Armor is detailing the history and life of the Swiss Guard. Here's a sneak peek of the film.
Das hätten wir uns ja nie erträumt, dass unser Sohn in die Schweizer Garde gehen.
Für mich ist Militär ein Fremdwort. Ich liebe es gar nicht.
Looking forward to seeing that. The documentary will premiere on Swiss Public TV on December 11th and will air in America in the coming months. That is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time. He's been adding another layer to the liturgy at St. Anthony, St. Alphonsus Parish for the last 30 years.
There's a feeling that I get when I do it. It's nothing like I can explain to you. This is where I belong. Never wanted to do anything else but play in church, and that's what I'm doing.
How Edward LaPlante makes up the pulse of the parish, Wednesday on Currents News.